Looks like I win this round.
Not quite. First, I'm going to add Triad Sphinx, then activate Swather Gear, and special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Hello Brawlers and welcome. Today, we'll be going over the many types of support pieces released across Legacy Bakugan. Support pieces are any type of Bakugan toy which is not a Bakugan itself. These come in many different shapes and sizes and have lots of different ways they can be used in battles. Many of these support pieces also come with special cards, so we'll be touching on those in this video too. This is meant to be a comprehensive list, so please let us know in the comments if we miss anything, or if you have any questions about any of the support pieces. We'll try to answer them to the best of our ability. And by the way, our channel recently just hit 100 subscribers. That's not really a big number in YouTube terms, but we really appreciate all the support, and we wanted to thank everybody who's been watching our videos. But without further ado, let's get to it. First up are Trap Bakugan, or Bakugan Trap. These were the first type of support piece introduced in New Destroya. They look like Bakugan, only they're different shapes. Rather than spheres, Bakugan Trap can be cubes,
the cube,
coins, or all sorts of other shapes. To use a Bakugan Trap, you must be battling with a Bakugan that matches the attribute of the trap. If you are, deploy the Bakugan Trap by placing it on the gate card. Once it's open, one or more new attribute symbols will be revealed inside the trap, and your battling Bakugan changes to match any of those attributes. As an example, let's say that you have Pyrus Cyborg Helios battling against Darkus Fear Ripper on the gate card Earthen Mound. Both of your Bakugans start with 450 G power, but the Pyrus bonus is only 50, whereas the Darkus bonus is 110. With this, you'll lose the battle by 60 Gs. However, you have a Pyrus Bakugan Trap, Scorpion, and decide to use it. One of the attributes inside your Scorpion is Subterra. Thus, your Pyrus Cyborg Helios can swap to Subterra and gain 200 Gs from the gate instead of its original 50, meaning that you'll beat Fear Ripper by 90 Gs. According to the Bakugan Wiki and various appropriately confused user posts online, some versions of Zoac and Triad Sphinx have G powers printed on them in addition to their attribute symbols. This seems to be a misprint, though enough of them were produced to cause some confusion as to how this mechanic works. As far as we're aware, this G-Power doesn't do anything, as traps were never intended to change or boost a Bakugan's G-Power, though we're sure someone was insane enough to try and create a ruling for one of these as a kid. Just thought we'd mention this in case anyone watching has one of these. The New Destroya rules state that each player may have one Bakugan Trap each, though this changed in later rule sets. Regardless, you may only use one Bakugan Trap per battle. After the battle, your Bakugan Trap is moved to your used pile along with your Bakugan. Then, when your Bakugan are moved to your unused pile for the sake of rolling, your Bakugan Trap moves along with them. Also, Bakugan Trap have ability cards. You can make use of these ability cards when you use the corresponding trap, and there are some ability cards that can work with any trap. You don't need to use any of these if you don't want to, but be sure to check these out and see if they work with your strategy. While we're on the topic of Bakugan Trap, we should also note that Maxis Dragonoid is made up of one Bakugan and 6 different traps. Each of these Bakugan and traps can be used individually, but the combined form of Maxis Dragonoid itself can't be used in battle, unfortunately. We've mentioned this in other videos, but it's just for show. The same is true of Maxis Helios, but that combiner is made of 7 regular Bakugan, not traps. Next, we have Battle Gear. Battle Gear were introduced in Gundalian Invaders, and are support pieces which attach themselves to Bakugan during battle and give them additional G-Power. This G-Power is somewhere on the inside of a Battle Gear, similar to a Bakugan. If your Bakugan does not have the twin pegs on it to support Battle Gear attachment, you may still activate your Battle Gear by placing it on the gate card beside the battling Bakugan. Battle Gear also come with special cards called reference cards, and these aren't the only support pieces to have these. These cards are not ability cards or gate cards, and are kept separately from your other cards. They don't move between the used or unused pile either, and are simply kept nearby to be used as reference. Go figure. Battle Gear reference cards usually have 2 effects written on them, each for a different Bakugan attribute. If your Bakugan's attribute matches one of the 2 on the reference card, then your Bakugan may make use of the corresponding ability. If your Bakugan's attribute doesn't match one of the ones on the reference card, don't worry. You may still be able to make use of the ability you want. Look at the symbol written on your Battle Gear. Each symbol corresponds to one of the 3 types of gate card: gold, silver, or copper. When you use a Battle Gear on its matching gate card color, you may choose any ability written on its reference card, regardless of what attribute your Bakugan is. Usually, Battle Gear will also have their gate card's color as an accent color, so look out for that. Also, Battle Gear are just like Bakugan Trap in that they move to the used pile after battle, and move to the unused pile when you move your Bakugan from the used pile to the unused pile to roll. As of the Gundalian Invaders rule set, each player may have up to 2 support pieces in their arsenal, which can mean up to 2 Battle Gear, 2 traps, or 1 of each. As mentioned in previous videos, Dragonoid Colossus and Darak Colossus cannot be used in battle. However, the Bakugan and Battle Gear that come with them can be. Mobile Assault is where things start getting weird. Like other support pieces, you may have up to 2 of these, or mix one Bakugan Mobile Assault with another support piece such as a Bakugan Trap or Battle Gear. Mobile Assault must be played with a Bakugan that matches their attribute, and unlike most support pieces, are chosen before battle begins. Place your Bakugan on a Mobile Assault with a matching attribute and roll into battle. Like Battle Gear, Mobile Assault also have reference cards. These reference cards include the conditions for your Mobile Assault, providing your Bakugan with extra G-Power, and tell you how much G-Power you gain. These reference cards also include some number of symbols, as Battle Gear do. If your Mobile Assault is deployed onto a gate card that does not match one of the gate card colors printed on its reference card, then the Mobile Assault is destroyed. This simply means it is removed from the game and cannot be used for the remainder of the brawl. In most cases, the Bakugan that was on the Mobile Assault will still stand and proceed to battle as normal, just without the benefit of the Mobile Assault. For as weird as these things are, the underrated part of them is how good some of them are at knocking out other Bakugan. If you're playing with critical KOs, Mobile Assaults can help a lot, as they open with much greater force than Bakugan do. So, Special Evolution Bakugan are not actually a support piece. I know, but where else are we going to be able to talk about them? Special Evolution Bakugan are a specific gimmick released during Gundalian Invaders, which allows your Bakugan to evolve mid-brawl. Special Evolution Bakugan will need to meet certain conditions before they can be used. These are listed on their reference cards, which are kept separate from your other Bakugan and cards, along with the Special Evolution Bakugan itself. Usually, these conditions include having a specific Bakugan in your unused pile, as well as the power level being at a certain point. This mechanic probably deserves a video all on its own, but to keep things short, the power level is the number of gate cards currently in all used piles. So, if you have a gate card in your used pile, and your opponent has 2 gate cards in their used pile, the power level is currently 3. Once you've met all the conditions, you can choose to evolve. Doing so means that instead of taking your turn as normal, you swap the Bakugan you want to evolve with the Special Evolution Bakugan. Since that is the only thing you can do on your turn, you'll have to determine whether evolving your Bakugan is worth it. Thankfully, Special Evolution Bakugan reference cards mention special abilities that your Special Evolution Bakugan have, so you can make very unique strategies with these Bakugan. This is especially true if you decide to bring out multiple Special Evolution Bakugan, as you are allowed to evolve 2 or even all 3 of your Bakugan, but remember that you can only evolve 1 Bakugan per turn. Alright, Mechtanium Surge is where we start breaking the rules a little bit. Several new types of support pieces were created at this point in the game, with one such support piece being BakuNano.
Well, you know what's coming if my thumb slips off this.
These pieces are somewhat similar to Battle Gear, though they're smaller. Like Battle Gear, they are able to be attached to compatible Bakugan, but unlike Battle Gear, they may only be deployed on the gate card which matches their symbol. When deployed, BakuNano provide a G-Power boost to the battling Bakugan. Unlike most other types of support pieces, you may deploy multiple BakuNano in one single battle. This means you could either pick one BakuNano for each color of gate card, or you could make all three of them the same color to get a big but specific boost. 3, you might be asking? Yes, you're able to use 3 BakuNano in your force instead of the usual 2 support pieces. How does that work? Well, our trusty Mechtanium Surge FAQ has the answer, stating that BakuNano are measured separately from other support pieces. This means that your 3 BakuNano do not conflict with the 2 traps, battle gear, or mobile assault you may or may not want to bring to the brawl. You're also allowed to deploy your BakuNano in the same battle as another type of support piece. Anyway, when the battle ends, deployed BakuNano are removed from the game entirely. That is, if you attach them to a Bakugan. What else would you attach them to? Well, I'm glad you asked.
Who's that?
Mechtogan are big support pieces that have an attribute. To play one, you must be battling with a Bakugan that matches said attribute. Mechtogan are then activated with cards called Mechtogan Activators. These are somewhat similar to gate cards, but each one matches a specific Mechtogan and is used to open it in battle to reveal its G-Power. You may also attach any number of BakuNano to a Mechtogan. Your Bakugan will gain G-Power equal to the combined total of the Mechtogan's bonus, as well as the bonuses for any BakuNano you choose to attach. When a battle ends, Mechtogan go to the used pile, and any BakuNano attached to them also go to the used pile, instead of being removed from the game. Like Bakugan, they will all move back to your unused pile when you lack any there and need to roll. Mechtogan Titans have the same rules as Mechtogan, but are a separate classification for the purposes of certain cards. Unlike BakuNano, these do count as traditional support pieces, meaning if you want to use either a Mechtogan or a Mechtogan Titan, that's one fewer trap, battle gear, or mobile assault you may have in your force, so you'll want to choose wisely. The Mechtanium Surge FAQ also clarifies that you may only use one type of support piece per battle, except BakuNano. So you can't deploy a Bakugan Trap and a Mechtogan Titan in the same battle, which is unfortunate as Mechtogan and Mechtogan Titans need to match the battling Bakugan's attribute to be used. But, oh well. Finally, we have battle suits.
Is that a Gundam reference?
Battle suits are also strange. They're sort of like a combination of mobile assault and battle gear. During battle, you can take your Bakugan from the gate card and place it on your battle suit if their attributes match. Then, your Bakugan will gain the G-Power bonus printed inside the battle suit. Battle suits also come with reference cards, which list an effect that will usually give your battling Bakugan even more G-Power if you meet certain conditions, though some will also have different effects. These are like traps, battle gear, mobile assaults, Mechtogan, and Mechtogan Titans, where they count against your total of 2 support pieces. Also, battle suits apparently have slots for BakuNano to be attached to. Neither the wiki nor the Mechtanium Surge FAQ seems to detail what happens to your BakuNano once the battle is over, though. Do they get removed from the game as if you attach them to a Bakugan? Or are they like Mechtogan and Mechtogan Titan, where they move to your used pile? I seriously haven't found anything suggesting an answer, so this might fall into the player's hands to rule. That, or I just missed something silly. Either way, let us know in the comments. Wow, that sure was a lot to go over. Support pieces are a really weird and interesting part of Legacy Bakugan. Many people find playing with them can introduce lots of new strategy and fun ways to play the game, while others think they overcomplicate the game to the point of removing fun. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments how you feel about support pieces and what your favorite ones are. Did you know how they worked before watching this video? Cause I'll be honest, I had no clue what battlesuits did before writing the script. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Till then, keep on brawling.